What's going on YouTube? This is Mason AJ.
And this is the IBM.
So we have just got, it's 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. We just got done watching the first 2 episodes of the Daredevil Season 2. What we're going to be doing for the entire weekend, we're going to be releasing like 2 episode reviews. As opposed to what we did with Jessica Jones, we did like each and every one. And that was a very long and tedious process, but we hope you guys enjoy it. There will be points where you can, if you just want to go ahead and skip to season 1, or I mean not season 1, see episode 2, you can go ahead and just click in the description down below and a little button where that it'll take you like straight there. But going into it, this review.
Don't skip anything. You know y'all love us. Keep watching.
Well, we love you guys too, definitely. Like that. But okay, so getting straight into Daredevil Season 2, I want to say off the bat, episode 1, it's almost better than almost the entirety of episode 2. The one thing I gotta say that I loved about it was there was no bullshit, no games, no needless exposition.
No, I have something to say. Are you gonna say that episode 1 is it better than the entirety of episode 2 or better than season 1?
Season 1.
Okay. Nah, I don't give it the entirety of season 1. But episode 1 is better than like 65% of season 1.
And I will say that it was so much more fast paced.
Yeah.
And that's why it's fast paced. And once again, they gave this really long but very, very detailed like recap of season 1, so in case you did miss it or just little points that you missed and everything else.
I just like the fact that you pointed out that they didn't treat us like we were stupid.
Oh.
Beautiful, right?
Right.
Like it was like, oh, here goes all the details. You then learn that the police, having a semblance or an idea of what's happening.
Right.
Then you figure out what's happening.
Because the world in Daredevil is so much better than pretty much in Jessica Jones, since that's the only show we have to compare it with. With Jessica Jones, it felt like whenever you weren't focused on Jessica Jones,
everything else just fell apart.
Right, it just felt dead.
Like Dragon's Dogma, the original.
But no, with
nerd. No.
Wow. With Daredevil, even when we're not watching Matt Murdock beat people up or watch him be blind,
every other character is interesting.
Right, because I gotta find, even though I didn't particularly care for her in season 1, Paige, she
I like Paige.
But no, she has a very established place in the dynamic of things.
Right.
Because a lot of times in season 1, she felt like, for lack of a better term, the useless female character, or like
she felt like the extra.
Oh wow.
Here comes this blonde hair chick. Okay, yeah, she can talk in this scene. No,
but no, and focusing on episode 1. Once again, a lot more fast paced. They didn't choose like you're stupid. Everything felt like it was still fresh and moving from the events of season 1, because we still refer to Fisk. We seeing how
their world felt real.
Yeah, that's what's
not to get you up, but yeah, their world felt real. Like it was like, yo, Fisk is gone, he's in jail. And then the Irish were looking like, well, now that he's gone, we're going to take advantage of him being gone. All
right, and that's when we get our first taste of what I love, Punisher justice, or Punisher just awesomeness. Spoiler for me, at least, very least. Punisher is actually one of my top 3 favorite comic book characters of all time. And this might tell you like how crazy I am a little bit, where the Punisher was actually one of my favorite comic characters like growing up. So, and the one thing I'm excited for with seeing him in this TV show as opposed to the movies was that the movies they kind of like had to jam so much into it, but now with the TV show there's so much more time
to spread it out, actually give a detailed representation of him.
Right.
And also, I just love the fact that the Punisher isn't comic booky in this series. That's my favorite part of this whole thing. Like, he didn't come down and go, dun dun dun. You see the skull and he's like, I am the Punisher. Here to like commence like dark version of justice. Like, you didn't see any of that. I like the fact that he didn't even give himself a name. He barely actually even talked. Did he say it? Yeah.
No.
In the entirety of the 2 episodes, he talked in episode 2 for like 3 minutes.
No, he talked in episode 1 when he said, bang. That was it, his only line.
Right, yeah.
And then he had just like a small bit of dialogue. But
like, for a very silent character, he's very like well developed for what he's going for.
No, it's not. It's not even that. And I was saying this to somebody else. I was describing the actor who played Spartacus in the Spartacus Showtime series. Was like I never really understood. I never really felt actor charisma. And I never really had like a true definition of the term. where like, yo, you just feel them. And I'm gonna find when John Buletti or John Buscemi, I am getting his name wrong.
We're gonna call him John.
Yeah, when John was first cast as the Punisher, when he was first cast, I was like, I don't know. Shane,
I don't know, man, because Shane kind of pushed it in The Walking Dead, though. He was kind of supposed to die in like episode 3 of season 1. And then he kind of went, about that 2 seasons later.
No, you're right. He did. Unlike the comic book of The Walking Dead, they pushed the character of Shane so much more. And he did show an enormous amount of depth. I just wasn't sure because I hated Shane so much. I wasn't sure he could like take on my favorite character. I'm looking like, you ain't worthy of the Punisher.
Not to get off topic.
What?
That's just like, Joffrey.
Wow.
From Game of Thrones. Everybody may hate that kid, but that's how you know he was a good actor. He was such a good actor, he made everyone hate him.
That is definitely
and
true.
It's very hard to hate a child, but he made you. That's kind of the same category that you can kind of tell Shane is kind of pushing for. Like, I'm that character.
Right, but also Charlie Cox, the guy, the main character, Daredevil, he is playing these blind roles. Like when he looks at the camera, like I maybe it's just a context of special effects, but to me, his acting prowess, people like that, I'm like I really do feel like he's blind. I like everything that goes into the way he speaks and moves and everything else.
Just the way he interacts with the world. Period. You're looking like, I can see how like you are superpowered, but at the same time you are still blind. Like it's not like, oh man, but my hearing is so good that I actually I could full on hear colors and stuff. Like, whoa.
Well, no, but see,
kind of pushing it.
And actually, in episode 1, that was actually one of my personal gripes with episode 1 was I wanted more Daredevil. So since we didn't really get a lot of it, we got
that's the comic book end.
Yeah, that is. I wanted more Daredevil since. Once again, it's only episode 1. We have a lot more. We have 12 more episodes to go through.
It's 14 episodes?
No, it's 13 episodes. So I'm saying.
Okay.
So, but that, and once again, because
excited for a second.
Whoa, yeah. because we're done with the exposition. That's like one of my only real tropes. But and then also, I'm just gonna say, because they didn't treat us like we were dumb, they gave us everything that we knew going into it. They actually did justice to their trailers.
Yep. Because everything from the trailers you saw in episode 1.
For the most part.
Well, everything you needed explained,
right?
You saw in episode 1.
And then also they gave you the Punisher off the bat. There wasn't like this whole 6 episodes like we're still
4 episodes later. This is still a mysterious force that no one knows about. I love the fact that the police again gave him his nickname.
No, the police and the DA and
that was the best part to me. He wasn't comic booky. He didn't go the Punisher. It was like, no, I came down as a force. You saw what I'm about. Military precision, and I'm here to wipe out crime. Which, probably won't ever be done. But the Punisher does make you second guess things. Yeah. Like if you're a criminal, you can't just drop down and go, I'm used to raping 12-year-old girls. You know why? Because you're like, the Punisher might hear me.
Right,
so I'm gonna
that's with the character of Grotto. He was like, yo, I might have been part of the gang or the Irish mob gang like that, but I don't want to do crime no more. Like I want to get out of this like that. And
I want to have a clean slate and a second chance. Lord.
I got as a comic book aficionado, that's what we are. When I first saw the Irish Mob, I was looking like, yo, are they about to take scenes and everything from the Punisher Max series? Because I was like, looking forward to that. Now, once again, things are still developing. We can see like more of that, but that would have been such a great storyline because we already have the choicer storyline of Daredevil and Punisher from the comic book. But like to see like the Punisher Max interjected into that, especially since it's already on Netflix. You
can get as adult as you want with it.
Right.
Not too adult. Not crossing in that border of pornography and whatnot. But you can get rated R.
Rated R.
Which is very welcome sometimes.
One of the characters that carried over from season 1 into season 2 is I think Todd Barrett or Tuck Barrett.
The gun dealer.
The gun dealer. Because when I first saw him, I was like, dude, are you still around here? But Daredevil, man, he went from the Man in Black to the evolution
into Daredevil, and you were still there selling guns. That was my favorite part. I like the fact that he was still there. And like, come on, man, can't you just let me go, D? Like, I'm on parole, man. Like, you know what I mean? I miss Hell's Kitchen. Like, and then it was like, are you serious right now? Do you see yourself right now? Are you really asking me to let you go? You know what? you were so charismatic for 1 second that you made me question hurting you. Like, I was full on going to go, I'm just going to throw your keys in the river and let you go. But then you kind of had to push the issue.
No, but I ain't gonna front. Seeing an actor come back and seeing once again the evolution and seeing how his life was affected when Wilson first was gone was once again so much backstory telling. I can't think of the word. Mind you, this is 5 o'clock in the morning, so we might lose a couple words or whatever.
Yeah, backstory, foreshadowing.
But whatever. It's just that to see him again was like, oh, I remember that guy. I liked him. But then even I was like, why is this guy still at it? But then also to be like, you know what? Because in the comic book, his crimes are a lot more petty, and he's used more as a comic relief. So to see the comic relief in there without being slapsticky,
right? And not like, oh, I'm trying to be a comedian. It was more like, come on.
No, and off the bat, speaking of being a comedian, now mind you, we got a little bit off topic by focusing on everything else but episode 1. When I focus on episode 1, I'm gonna speak of comedian. I want to speak about Froggy for a second. Froggy is becoming very much an integral character to the whole Daredevil like mythology a little bit. Unlike Hellcat from Jessica Jones, because that's the only show we have to compare it to right now.
That is true.
Because Luke Cage and Iron Fist are still coming out later on this year. But I think because you know what it is. I can't come out for that. What's
Foggy is a character.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Foggy is a character.
Where Hellcat wasn't really pushed enough to be fully developed. Because they could have gave her more in the show. That wouldn't have been hard.
But Foggy, like even the dynamic between him and Matt, when he looked like Matt, when he feels very much like how Arthur Pennyworth feels in some of the Batman animated series. It's like, okay, Bruce, you've been Batman long enough. You ready to give it up now?
Right.
Live a normal life. Come on.
Try to get you over onto this normal side. You gotta be a lawyer and use the law this kind of way. Yeah. Come out with me and go get women. You'd be the best wingman ever.
But then
blind and charming. Come on.
But then I like the fact that even Daredevil, while feeling him, and because their friendship definitely took a toll in season 1. It took a toll. So
after him learning that he was Daredevil,
right?
That hurt him.
Right. So, but then to see him to see him build him back, the relationship built back up. But I gotta get to this. I'm sorry, I gotta get to this right here because this is the part I'm excited about. When Daredevil finally met the Punisher. Now I have been saying this I've been saying this on Twitter, been saying this on Instagram, I've been saying this on Facebook, I've been saying this to anyone who listens. I say to the grocery store, grocery clerk at the store down the street. I'm looking like, yo, the Punisher is going to body Daredevil, full on body Daredevil, and that did not disappoint because when we at the end of episode 1, finally, Daredevil sees the Punisher, and you know what's messed up? You saw how the Daredevil didn't know what he was dealing with because he came out.
You clearly see how Daredevil kind of was like, this guy's gonna be like any common hitman type stuff. You know what it reminded me of?
Oh no!
It felt like when Batman was talking about Bane. In the Dark Knight 3, he's just a psychopath, like with a mask type stuff. I'm looking like, aren't you kind of a psychopath with a mask?
A little bit, tiny bit.
Just a little bit. Like, are you really gonna underestimate this dude right now? Alfred's trying to tell you some warnings, just like how Foggy tried to warn Daredevil about the Punisher. He was looking like clearly like this is a top level psycho.
Yeah. But now it's not even just like he's a top level psycho. Just the hand-to-hand combat essence of it, because once again, you see how Daredevil came out and he had his kung fu-ness.
But the Punisher being military, being Punisher, being military precision, that dude was straightforward. He was like a execute, no move was wasted. It never felt like, oh man, Daredevil, like you're so good that you just have the upper hand. And also, I love the fact that the Punisher was never there to kill Daredevil.
Well, it's still too early to say that. Like, at the time.
But you see it in the episode 1. Like, he full on was like, "Bow! I hit you, knock you out. All right, I'm gonna walk off now."
Right.
Like, I'm not here to be like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you because you're like the devil's Hell's Kitchen and you can get in the way." It was like, no, dude, I came here with a mission.
Right, but then Daredevil was looking like superhero main character protection.
God, that whole PI, I was like, what are you doing? And then like the Punisher looked at him like, what are you doing? Okay, well, this is how this is gonna go. All right.
That's exactly what it was. It was like superhero powers is gone. So So focusing on episode 1, like I said, hands down, much better than 65% of season 1 of Daredevil. 65%. It was very fast paced. The characters all had their roles. We clearly established their roles. Not only
season feels faster.
I mean, we're only on episode 2, so and it feels much more faster paced. It feels like a great sequel movie. We gave you everything you loved about the first one. We're adding on to it. Yeah. You know, speaking of adding on to it, we got to get into episode 2. Now, at the end of episode 1, minor spoiler, the Punisher does what the Punisher does. Body Daredevil straight up, no games, no bullshit, and then shoots him in the head. Okay, and I like how in the beginning of episode 2 there was no comic book magic. It was like the Daredevil was knocked out, laid out, and his body was still there.
Yep.
You know, and even after Froggy did some very, very New Yorkness. You know, it was some very New York, dude, and I lost my keys. Damn it, you dummy, and he found Daredevil and carried him back. You know, but even then, it wasn't like, okay, I'm healed up, ready to go. No, because a lot of times in season 1, it was looking like, how you...
After one day of fighting off 15 guys, I'm there. That's like, no, dude. Like, you know, you got shot in the head. Like, let's just be honest.
Right.
In episode 1, you got shot in the head. Concussion, dog. Like, right. No games on back. Even with your super duper Kevlar devil looking helmet, it's like, no, man, like, concussion, homie. Like,
right. Oh no! And the concussion affected his powers, and that made him a lot more vulnerable. Because I ain't gonna front, even at full strength, the Punisher really kind of put it on Daredevil. So now to see that Daredevil's only like 70% maybe.
Yeah, it's like you know, now it's kind of on even terms because the Punisher doesn't have any superhuman capabilities. Like, you know, Daredevil's like, oh gosh, I hear the fly that's flying down from a mile away.
Unless you call kicking names a superhuman power and stuff, it's
comic book terms. I will say that might be
really, but it's the only thing better than the Punisher kicking is literally just being a bigger and blacker person. No, correct me if I'm wrong, because when Luke Cage comes down, Luke Cage in the comic books, mind you, this is a little bit of comic book talk. Luke Cage always comes down and is like, you're tough and everything, but I'm the bigger and blacker version of you. Maybe I should have said that. Oh, you know what? Smooth transition over. Speaking of bigger and blacker, we got to see actress Michelle Hurd, who I love. I love Michelle Hurd. She's actually like one of my childhood crushes. I'm not ashamed.
That's all right, man.
I'm not ashamed of it.
I still love Fran Drescher, and like Nova will like love Fran Drescher.
Really, Fran Drescher?
Man, I would take her out like on dates and stuff. Like I would romance Fran Drescher.
You know what?
Like now.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? That's true childhood crush.
Okay,
I would find a way to take her to fancy restaurants.
Wow.
I'd be like, you know what? This may be my paycheck, but I did work overtime. You know what I'm saying?
But Michelle Hurd, I haven't seen her since Law and Order, which is why I was first introduced to her. So I'm glad to see her back in the game. She plays the DA who's leading she's leading the task force to capture the Punisher. Yeah. And she came in and she tried to pretty much bitch Froggy.
That was perfect acting. I like that whole scene because I love those little moments where you see battle between like lawyers and stuff. Because that also helps push the Daredevil genre. And I just like looking at it and told I was looking like, yo, you tried to punk Foggy.
Really?
You really did try to punk him. Like, AD came at you was looking like, but no, I know the law. I know that local DAs have no jurisdiction over witness protection. I know that you gotta get the feds in order to do that. But why would I use you when I can just go straight to the feds myself?
Because
Foggy, and that was looking like, oh, he called you out. Oh, and even she was kind of like,
okay. But no, because in season 1, while Froggy comes off as a joke character initially for all his pedigree,
he's good at what he does.
He's super good at what he does, and he's got connections because I ain't gonna front. He's still smashing. Well, not anymore, but he was smashing that chick from the first season, the power lawyer, the corporate lawyer, and everything else.
And she offered him a corporate job and everything.
So once again, because a lot of times when it comes to superhero shows, it's always like the superhero the main character can do no wrong until they get knocked down unless it gets in the building. But no, Froggy full-fledged holds his own for what he does. Even in episode 1, where he was trying to do his own little detective version.
Because technically speaking, not to get you out, technically speaking, Foggy is a better lawyer than Matt.
Ooh.
He's a better lawyer because everything Matt kind of does, his hearing and everything kind of fuels that. Where like Foggy never had those advantages, but no, like still full on Matt considers you like an equal. And also, you know, as a superhero, let's be honest, I wouldn't just trust my things to anyone. Matt full on trusts Foggy with his stuff.
In the comic book, like more so in the comic book, and now
yeah, even in the TV show. But like, you know, like he's still full. Like Matt knows if he left Matt and Murdoch, you know, like if he left Murdoch, if he left Murdoch and Nelson, he would leave it to Nelson.
Because he even said in the episode, yo, if something happened and you got caught, I know that you would carry on our crusade. But mind you, being real talk, the crusade is costing them because they're so busy fighting the good fight, they're not paying the bills, and Paige informed them because you know Paige
was getting paid in like pies and bananas.
Don't get me wrong, pies and bananas is delicious.
That hurt a little bit though. I was like, oh yeah, but,
it hurt.
But New York rent though.
Ooh. No, it hurt a little bit when Paige was looking like they got about to cut off our lights. Because I was looking like, oh no, not the lights, anything but that. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. To Matt, that might not be such a big deal.
Yeah,
but to the rest of us, that's a big deal.
Well, no, it'd be a big deal until when he opens up the fridge and the food starts spoiling. Because I don't care how blind you are, you still gotta eat.
You know, I got tongue tied. Sorry, I got a little bit tongue tied right there. But so now the pushing the story forward. We got to see a little bit more of John, aka the Punisher, when he's not just kicking ass, taking names.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm looking like, hey, you got to see how he moves too, because in the comic books, mind you, we love comic books. That's what we do.
Yeah. So he has like some kind of super sidekick that like.
Well, no, he sometimes does something depending on the writer in the story.
Yeah, but
the one thing he always takes money from the drug dealers and criminals, only to buy more ammunition and more guns, just to gun down more drug dealers and criminals.
It's a whole cycle that he has set up. Like, yeah, technically speaking, like the Punisher gets like he becomes quite wealthy at certain points. Just to fuel like, oh yeah, I'm gonna collect all these guns, collect all this ammo, stop taking all this with me, taking all this money, so I can buy that specialty bazooka that like has X-ray vision to get, so I can hit you from 2 miles away and you never know because you tried to escape justice.
No, and I ain't gonna front. At this point, when it comes to only episode 2 of the series, I feel like no one can escape being punished.
No, I don't feel like anyone can escape it. I feel like Daredevil was kind of just lucky.
Extremely lucky.
Because the Punisher kind of knows, like, you don't commit crimes, you're a vigilante. Like, you know, I can see where you're coming from. It's just you don't stop crime. Like, I full on kind of stop crime because that person doesn't exist anymore to commit that crime.
No, but also to, I'm not gonna front, I like how we got to the inevitable, like, did Daredevil create the Punisher? Because we always do this way, does Batman create the criminals that he fights and like that? So, but even though just like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where we have an argument we've heard 10 times before, it was in fact in this particular perspective, in this particular way, giving new perspective to and also it was quick and done. This wasn't that,
it wasn't a dragged out thing of like, no, I'm questioning myself if I should be Daredevil.
Well, no,
because now you know I'm creating monsters like the Punisher that think that they can take the law into their hands. And Paige, like, come on, dude. And Paige being a murderer, because we can't forget that Paige murdered someone in season 1. So the fact, that was murder. That was murder because it was kind of like, I take the gun out your hand, pow, 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 stay down. Like, he was like, I shouldn't have loaded the gun.
But no, episode 2, the main driving force for episode 2 is going into was really just we got to see more of a cat and mouse game of the Punisher dodging the police, of Daredevil pretty much trying to do his best Batman impression to be a detective and hunt down the Punisher and like that.
I'm everything this city needs me to be. That's what I felt like he did. Like, I'm everything this city needs me to be. Okay, Daredevil, come down.
Okay, but also
you're not Ben Affleck.
Oh, wow. Especially with the new Batman vs Superman movie coming up next week. But also with Daredevil being impaired, and also the cost of him being a vigilante, because my man Mitch made an appearance. Mitch was from season 1, where he was the savant, as you put it.
Yeah. The engineer savant. I actually really like that dude.
I really like Mitch. I love Mitch.
Because he makes me kind of go, you know what? you're actually genuinely a good dude. You're just, you're a little off because you're a savant. But when it comes to like forging things and engineering, that's where you clearly shine.
The major highlight of episode 2, and just gonna be honest with you, was seeing round 2, because the Daredevil clearly, like Mitch said, got his bell rung in episode 1 with the first round, but round 2 and seeing Daredevil come more prepared, and Daredevil pulled a semi-Captain America when he threw the baton, hit the Punisher.
I'm not even gonna lie, that part kind of had me go, oh, okay, someone's like been watching videos and practicing.
Yeah. No, someone's been watching those Civil War trailers, a little bit.
Then you should have watched the Black Panther. No,
Wow.
I ain't seen Black Panther lose in the trailer yet. So
No. But the fight scenes, where in the first one, the fight scene was a lot more detailed in this one, because we got to see the Punishers military hand in hand, and we saw how they were each changing up their fighting styles to match each other, and then finally Matt Murdock had to get with the old Murdock boxing tradition style. It was like uppercut, left foot, right here, left foot.
I just like the fact that he was like, oh, I'm doing all that, but then the Punisher was like, all right, surprise, overpower. Because at the end of the day, Punisher is kind of bigger than the Daredevil.
Yeah, and I would say bigger, just much more physically stronger.
Yeah, and he did kind of just was like, I'm just gonna overpower you now, because like, again, you're very flash and finesse, and I could tell that, and like in a drawn out fight, hand to hand, I'm not gonna win this, but quick and easy, I can win that, so I'm gonna overpower you now.
So, but also because Daredevil is still suffering from his injuries, which I love. I love when I love when heroes get hurt and have to adapt, or even just take time off and heal. It brings so much more of a human essence of it.
I like the fact that Daredevil didn't take time off.
But also I'm wondering, because see, now mind you, we got to see Rosario Dawson in season 1 of Jessica Jones, and I'm looking like, yo, where's my girl at? There was some dialogue of her like being away, but she's already in the credits, so she's gonna come back.
Right.
Also I'm kind of hoping this semi-romance that they're trying to push with Paige and Matt gets destroyed, because Elektra's gonna show up. I hope either Elektra or the Night Nurse, aka Rosario Dawson, comes and destroys this, because I don't like seeing Paige. I feel like, Paige, are you just attracted to broken men?
Just attracted to broken men.
That's how I feel, because Froggy did give the whole Matt has a drinking problem to cover up. To see like the idea that Matt having a drinking problem to cover up, to pretty much cover up
what's actually going on.
Yeah, what's actually going on was actually a very good excuse. And now I'm looking like now she's more drawn to him a little bit. Yeah, and I'm just not feeling that chemistry. I mean, I get how they're sowing the seeds for.
You're not allowed to have a blonde one. No,
because
you ain't Spider-Man. No.
Wow.
Sorry. All the nerd references. My fault.
Definitely. But you know what? That's all the time we have. We did more of an overview of how we felt about episodes 1 and 2. We kind of combined those together. In future episodes, we're gonna focus more so on what's happening in those episodes. We hope you guys enjoyed it. But most importantly, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about episodes 1 and 2. Go ahead and give us your theories on certain characters, how they're gonna develop.
Don't tell us about 3 and 4. I just had to point that out.
No, please don't
ruin it for us.
Well, don't not just for us. Don't ruin it for the other fans. We intentionally try to keep it as vague as possible without giving you too much, without ruining the experience. Please don't do that for anybody else.
Yeah, definitely don't.
But also, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. But also, IBM had a question for you guys.
So, my question is, if I were to drop you into the Marvel Universe with $100,000
as a civilian,
no special powers, no anything, where would you want to be located, and how would you establish yourself? Now, as a civilian, $100,000, you can get a house, do a couple things. But also remember,
you can buy powers.
You could buy superpowers. Some backwater superpowers. I know for those of you who read the Heroes for Hire, I know you saw when Homeboy bought like the ability to shoot fireballs out of his hands for like 35 grand and stuff. Like, that's a real thing. I mean, and Avengers Academy, shoot, Homeboy arcade. All he is bought superpowers. That's his whole ability, is that he had money and he bought superpowers.
Definitely. But like I said, this is Mason AJ.
And this is the IBM.
Still watching Daredevil, so don't ruin it for us. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit the subscribe button to keep updated for more videos. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the conversation. And more something else, enjoy Daredevil. Tune in next time for the future episode reviews.
They have been punished. No, I'm just kidding. Peace.
Why? Why? You just couldn't help the Punisher line, could you?
Nope. That's that classic Punisher.